In this lesson, we're going to walk through defining a stored procedure. So in our business scenario, our developer needs a way to provide the customer with the latest shipping tracking information. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create a stored procedure that will accept the customer's first and last name as input to our stored procedure. And then we're going to return the latest tracking information. Now, recall that this is a walkthrough to provide you an overview of what stored procedures are capable of accomplishing for you as the database developer or manager. And I don't intend this to be the lesson that teaches you everything you need to know about stored procedures. This is mainly to show you a broad view of stored procedures. So if it seems like there is a lot that's going on at once here, it's intended to be more of an umbrella lesson. We will be digging into the details later, but I thought at least if I showed you the overview now, then later when we start focusing on details, it'll help you know where those individual pieces fall into the puzzle to fill and make the broader picture much easier for you to see. So with that, let's begin. We're going to use two main queries within our stored procedure. In order to do this, there will be a couple of table relationships that we'll need to put together to create the query. The first is being able to take the person's name and relate that to the actual sales that the person purchased. To do that, we will relate the person table through the business entity ID to the customer ID of the customer table. And we will be relating the customer table to the sales order table using customer ID. So customer ID here will relate to customer ID in the sales order table. This query will return the order tracking ID, which will then be used to run another query so that we can get the tracking details information. Now let's look at the steps required to build our stored procedure. The steps we'll use today to create the stored procedure are first to define the stored procedure object within the database. We'll then create a query to get the sales order ID. Then we'll create a query to obtain the order tracking information. And then lastly, we're going to display the tracking information. So now I'm going to go into Management Studio, and there we'll go through these steps and show you how this is done.